What's up, everybody? I am back with 2 more videos for the day. That will be Soul Food Season 1, Episode 9. Anything you can do. And after this is done, you guys can move over to Episode 10. Okay? Actually, they have propped up 14 episodes, okay, so far for Season 1. And I would like to do all 4 tomorrow just so I can kind of be caught up. And then on Sundays, do each episode per week. I will say this: the favorite part of Soul Food that I like is the theme song, which comes into. I like Season 1 theme song, but when we come into Season 2, that's when Al Green bring in. I forgot who was singing in addition to Al Green, and also Babyface. I think he was the writer for that. I don't know. I think I read that, y'all. But that is probably one of my favorite TV theme songs. But I do feel like anything Babyface touch is always a hit. Yeah. Also, in episode 10, Gerald Levert was on episode 10. He was singing one of his songs. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I really miss him. There are things and people that we get to see that we really don't pay attention to in a lot of these episodes. And I think that's the one thing I am going to start doing, is paying attention to a lot of characters and people that are big now that wasn't big then, that made not really a cameo, but probably was like a extra, and now they're somewhere else. Or you'll see, like, you'll see singers, musicians that made a cameo on this series as well. So yeah, I'm gonna try to start pointing that out if I can remember. I really need my glasses. Anyway, y'all, episode 9. Okay, so y'all, episode 9 starts with Kenny and Max, and she contacts him about dinner. Do he want his dinner still out? Do you want it in the fridge? So Max flushes the toilet, and he was like, hey, could you not call me while you're on the toilet? So they have this whole back and forward. The fact that it is rude to sit on the toilet while talking with your partner, or anybody of that matter. And Kenny thinks it's weird, and because Max does it with her sisters all the time, and so everybody's used to that. Kenny still isn't, he don't really like all of that, and that's fine. But just for shits and giggles, just drop it in my comments if y'all think that it is crazy or not. No matter who it is, just let me know. Also, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and make sure y'all hype up the video. Okay? Come on for the... Okay, let's get these hypes up. And I know that Soul Food, I do not want to drop this, but I do know that it is not probably my most viewed videos, and that is okay. But I actually just love to come to y'all and talk about it. Okay, shout out to y'all who be watching my Soul Food videos. Okay, y'all rock. Okay, that's what I'm really meant to do. Anyway, Damon decides to show up at Terry's house with some flowers, because y'all remember just last episode he done told Terry that he wanted to take a break. So when Terry gave him a break, Terry gave him an extended break. Okay, shout out to Terry, because I'm gonna honor your request. I tell y'all all the time, my mom and my grandmother always tell me, and I'm just telling y'all what they told me: never let somebody tell you they don't want you more than once. You understand? Okay, when I tell you she gave him an extended break, To the point that you're showing up at her house in the wee hours, okay, or just at night. You didn't even call, but she let him in. Okay, and so he was like, I've been trying to reach you. I came to your job. You always have your door closed. Yeah, why? Why you think that you can still have access? Okay, when you decided you didn't want to deal with me no more, all the access was cut off. And so she was like, listen, you wanted to be in a club gyrating with 2 women. Okay, you said it was too hard for what I required. Because you was getting some pushback from my family because they care about me. Okay, you ain't dealing with no little girl. You really dealing with a grown woman. Okay, I got gray hair on my... She didn't say that. Anyway, she was like, I've had time to think about it, and I just think that we should be friends, and I just think we should take things slow. So now he wanna act like his flabbers are gasted, talking about, well, friends, why, just having 21 questions and talking about, well, we used to do, it. And she was like, yeah, we did. But now we won't. Okay, boundaries. My boundaries. So shout out to Terry for putting up them boundaries, because sometimes you just gotta pop out and show them. Okay? And that's what she did. So now we are here. We are here. So basically, I feel like he went over there because he wanted some, okay? And he couldn't get it. All right? So we get over to Ahmad's school, and they got this little girl named Callie. Okay, y'all remember Callie. Callie is the white girl. Okay, so this is her first time. She always see Ahmad, but she really started to talk to Ahmad. She kept looking over at Ahmad and his goofy ass little friends, but they're kids, so you expect that. So she kept looking over there, and then she decided to walk over there and talk to them. Talk to Ahmad, actually. And I feel like Callie is a little bit of a pick-me. Sorry, I know she a kid, but girl, you not only are you a pick-me, but it's given I'm only a pick-me for, the black men. Okay, just everything about her. And everything about her is just, she just does the most. And she don't know no better, because she learned it from her parents. Okay, so she asked Ahmad if she wanted to go to a DMX concert. Girl, I was like, stop. Drop, shut down, open up shop. Girl, what? I mean, listen. I am very aware that everybody know a lot of our genre of music. Everybody outside of us know the R&Bs and the rap of us. Okay? I am always going to say this, and I am going to stand on this. We are magical. We are the most amazing people in this world. We are the most hated, but we are the most low-key loved by other people. They hate us, but they want to be us. They hate us, but they emulate us. Okay, we are great. I could never, even if I left this world and had to come back, I would want to always come back as an African American woman. You understand? There is nothing like us. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. I'm sorry, y'all. Got carried away. So her dad is in the music business, which is why she's able to have access and, to concerts and she got backstage passes to go see DMX and whatnot. So she asked Ahmad if he wanted to go. So you asked the black boy if he wanted to go. And I just had to side-eye Little Miss Callie. And I was like, because y'all know we going to get to see Callie as time progresses. Okay. Yeah. So the sisters are having lunch in the next scene, and they shared that, they all share what they have going on. Well, we get to Max, and Max wants to invest in an IPO. Well, both Terry and Bird think that that's a problem. And Max felt like instead of them saying this is a problem, I want y'all to celebrate me. And Max, I get what she was trying to do, okay? But she took classes and now she felt like, okay, this is a sure thing. And sometimes with situations like that and sure things like that, it may not be sure. It's either sure or it's not. And those are chances you have to take. Well, that's going to cost her $5,000. And so they was like, oh, so Kenny doesn't know. She was like, well, I just wanted to share with y'all first. Yeah, Kenny don't know yet. So we get back to Max's house and she had the conversation with Kenny. She laid everything out for Kenny, what it's going to cost financially, how she went over the numbers, how it's a sure thing, So she went over everything. She explained everything. And so the bottom line is Kenny feels like you've never been the person that had to deal with the money in the house. And not only that, the fact he said we, but you, sir, took the money and used it to get the truck, for the business or whatever. I think it was a second truck. And so now they're just now at a place where they're putting savings into, putting back into the savings so they can rebuild their savings account. And so she was like, well, why can't I invest in this? And he was like, because I bring the money in the house. And I was like, so you just gonna let him handle you like that? And see, this goes back to all the times I say, get your own things, women. Okay? Now, I kind of wasn't mad at Kenny for what he did, but the way he did it and how he said it, like, y'all did make her feel like she was less than. And she always, because compared to everybody, she does feel less than. But that is a Max issue that Max needs to fix. Okay? And why isn't Max hands-on with the money? And why do she even know what's coming in and going out? Like, just kind of had a question. So, yeah, it's a no-go with Kenny. And Kenny thinks it's a good idea. He just don't think that it is a good idea that Max should take their money and do it. So she leaves the house, goes over to Bird's house. So she didn't know Terry was there. But since Terry is there, Max was like, well, I just need to talk to you. So, asking her for $5,000, so they can, so she can invest in this IPO. And Terry was like, hell no. Okay. And Terry was like, I don't have money to give for a get rich quick scheme. And so now Terry feels like she's getting pushed back from her husband as well as her sister. So she, of course, Max is mad because nothing is going her way. Well, she decided that she wanted to take out a part of the mortgage for her mom's house. And Bird told her absolutely you can't do that without us. She was like, well, I'm 1/3 of the owner, so I can do whatever I want. So y'all, of course, Max is mad because they told her no, that she shouldn't do that, and she could not do it. So then Max gets home. She have a conversation with Kenny, and she tells him about the loan that she's taking out from her mom's house, which I feel like it's unfair because I'm sorry, I had to get a piece of gum because I was feeling a little nauseous. So if all else fails, her and Kenny's gonna be responsible for paying back, the mortgage. They're gonna have to take care of that. However that goes, I'm not, real estate, all of that savvy, but they're gonna have to take care of that. And so, and not Bird and Lim, because I don't think that's their responsibility, or even or even Terry, because it wasn't their responsibility. So they specifically told Max no. Well, Kenny was pissed off because Max did it. He just didn't say nothing. He went in a room and he went to go grab the baby. So now Kenny tells Lim about Max and how she wants to invest in the IPO, and how he think it's crazy. And of course Lim, okay, if he can flip $1 to $10 million, he'll try to do it. Okay, Lim will always want everything fast. And so because he's like that, he thinks that it's a good idea. He just jumped on it without thinking, without thought. And that is how Lim has been able to get by, just doing things and not being patient. He's very impatient and very impulsive. And then whenever Bird checks him on it, he decides that he wants to have an attitude with Bird. So yeah. Anyway, they then change the subject, and Lim tells Kenny, because they messy, how Terry is now talking to Damon, and they're just friends. And so they feel like it's their duty to check Damon. And I'm like, Damon is a grown man. He don't need y'all checking him. Like, if he wanted y'all to, if it would have been better if y'all would have just had a conversation. But no, y'all keep trying to stick y'all nose in people's business. Meanwhile, y'all have y'all own stuff going on. Just a thought. So we see Max at the bank, and she signed off on, and I'll be damned if that lady did not sign off on that signed off on that loan. When I tell you, I would have beat the hell out of Max. Like, she get a flashback of her telling her mama, of her mama telling her, you do whatever you want to do. And I think that didn't mean go over your sister's head and take out a mortgage on the house because you wanted to invest in an IPO. If you want to invest your money in an IPO, then you need to get a job. But she took Big Mama saying do what you need to do as a way of her taking out an investment. So Bird and Lim talk about Max investing in an IPO. Of course Lim think it's a good idea. Bird tells Lim, well, I'm glad we don't have $5,000 laying around. He was like, I do. You mean to tell me your broke raggedy ass got $5,000 laying around and I ain't see it? It's not put in our account. It's none of that. So he lied to Bird and told Bird he borrowed the money from Franco. Y'all know Franco is the other scheming ass, raggedy ass cousin of Lim, which is Jack's brother. But Jack don't fool with Franco because Jack think he up here because he's a cop who's being investigated for scheming and scamming and fraud. Girl, I can't stand them two. I don't want to see them. So anyway, Bird is pissed. Okay, so she goes off on him, and then, then she leaves. She tells him to give the money back. So he was like, I ain't giving the money back. So Bird goes over to Franco and asks him to take the money back from Lim. And he was like, okay. Come to find out. Oh, wait. We didn't get there yet. We took the money back from them. Y'all, I'm trying to get this gum straight because it's still fresh. So, we get to Callie's house. And her nanny is black. She told Ahmad that her dad told her that black people are so lucky because I guess their voices are great. And I'm just like, that is so white of you and your dad. And you, baby, it be stuff like this. Like, you don't even know what you're talking about. And your dad is just feeding you bullshit because your dad is probably a racist so-and-so, as long as he can make money off of them. But if your dad ever found out that you were really, really dating a black boy, a black man, your dad would shit bricks. Let's be all the way clear, Callie. She annoys me. That little girl annoys. So Franco goes to them and he was like, listen, it sounds like you got this money from my brother, and he won't even let me in on anything, but he decided that he want to help you. You see what I'm talking about, y'all? So Franco tells them, the next time you add me in your schemes and your lies, let me know first. Okay? And you tell my brother to get at me so I can help him. Your brother don't want to have nothing to do with you, Franco. I just don't understand why Jack acts so superior when he's so damn grimy. But Lim tells Franco he's not working for Jack no more. He did a job for him a while back. This was the money that was saved from the job. Lim just still a liar. He is a liar. He keeps lying to Bird. So Bird arrives home from work, and of course Lim is pissed because he wanted to know why did Bird show up at Franco's and embarrass him. And I'm like, Lim, please, you're still lying to her. You literally are lying to her currently, telling her that you got your job back at the dock. Meanwhile, you're just still holding on to the money that Jack has given you until you find you a actual job. Lim, please get out of my face. So then he started to lash out once again. You're caught up. You know she on your ass. So in order to back Bird off of you, you gotta lash out. Anyway, the next day we see Jay and Ahmad. They're playing video games. So Jay basically tell Ahmad, listen, me and Callie used to be best friends, and they're not anymore. And so Jay was like, listen, Callie only likes you because you're black. And so now Ahmad wheels are churning like, I don't really like all that. So next scene, Lim and Kenny, they're trying to press Damon about Terry, and they trying to press him through a game of basketball. They playing 3-on-3, but they're not passing the ball to Damon. They're just trying to make him earn his respect. They're trying to get him to they're trying to humble him, and they want him to earn his respect. So Damon had to take his respect via basketball. And in that moment, he definitely got his respect on the court as the teammate, and he backed them too off of him, which I wasn't mad about that. Y'all gonna back the fuck off of me. I'm a grown ass man, okay, and y'all need to mind y'all motherfucking business. That's what I got out of this. Okay, so we finally find out about the investment, the IPO that Megs invested into. Of course, it tanked. She's sitting on the sofa crying. Don't sit on the sofa and cry now, okay? Because now she got to tell Kenny, she got to tell Bird, and of course she got to tell Terry because she used the money She took out the mortgage on the house. I said, Lord Jesus. So Terry, because Terry and Damon are still just friends, she decided to go over to Damon's house. And she got on this little black dress to watch a basketball game. All her thigh is out. So she wasn't even over that long. All she had, then she tried to cross her leg, and all that thigh meat was hanging out. And so Damon was like, girl, you gotta get the, okay, I'm getting happy and you need to get out because you ain't putting out. Okay, he didn't say that, but I wasn't mad at her. Again, you know what you want from Damon, which is why you went over there. But again, you still want to establish boundaries, and it is what it is. Childish, yes, it is very childish. However, I'm not mad at it. So after she leaves, he go and take him a hot or a cold shower. So then Lim tells Bird about the IPO situation. She was like, well, I already know what happened because Maxine already called me crying and begging. So apparently she forgave Maxine. And he was like, man, I effed up. This is crazy. And so she was like, oh, I guess this is the part where you want me to say, oh, you're such a good man. Well, I'm not. Okay. When I tell y'all Bird has had it with damn Lim. Okay, wait till she find out that he been lying about this damn job. I really don't know what's gonna happen, y'all, and I'm trying to remember as the episodes unfold. But she finally decided, she put her foot down and she walked off. She was like, you know, you keep playing with me and you ain't gonna have no family. And so he was like, what? You heard what the guy said? Okay, she didn't say that, y'all. I'm really just paraphrasing what she said. I said what I said. Okay, I said what I said. And she left him to go get the baby. So Damon called Terry. And it's late. She was asleep. And he wanted to cupcake with her. And, you know, have a little phone situation going on with Terry. And baby, before Terry can get, you know, before she allowed herself to get there, and before she, you know, they was going to, because she already knew what Damon was going, because he wanted to have phone, or he wanted Terry to tell him to come over, or vice versa. And she was like, no. She said, I gotta go, this too much for me. And she had to go take a shower. But I think what she was doing in that moment was doing the same thing Damon did to her earlier when she went to Damon's house. And that's why that episode ended. It was an okay episode for what it was, but I still don't like Jack. I don't like Franco, and I don't like how Lim keep playing in damn Bird face. But you can have all of this grace for Maxine, and you can try to stand up to Damon and have Terry's back, but when it comes to your wife, you want to keep lying to her. Like, that's why I just draw the line. For real. So yes. Yes. Anyway, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Don't forget, I am dropping episode 10 right behind this. And tomorrow, I think I have more videos back. I'm catching up tomorrow. Tomorrow evening there won't be any videos because I am going to celebrate my uncle. Oh wait, I hope I didn't miss out. Hold on. All right, y'all. So with all of that being said, this is your girl Kiwan reminding you to keep showing up, keep growing, stay true to yourself, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Okay? All right.